Hey guys, what's up? It's Schla, and today I'm bringing you another episode of Car Rides Wit SLA. What else is new? And this is it. This is it, man. I mean, I'm 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 just not sure anymore. I used to really look forward to this because it was a way to, I guess, ground myself, kind of get myself together. There's certain things that have been bothering me, getting to talk about them and things like that. But honestly, at this point, I feel kind of fine about life. I don't really know that I'm still going through issues. So I don't, there's not too much to really vent about or say. I want to try to focus on being a little more mature about things, not being in so much of a rush. Now, I wanted to get out of the house early today because I'm getting gas, but I did not end up getting out particularly early. I mean, we made decent time, but I just think it's time to be chill about things. And I think it's so funny too, because my dad always said that, and I don't really think that is a coincidence. That my dad always told me about staying chill and being patient. And then my phone, when I was first working, my Red 14 Plus, I actually had dropped it. Isn't that something? Because I was rushing to get into my car and I put it on the MagSafe thing, and somehow it held for a second, but then it must have not have been super securely on there, and it dropped on the pavement and slid, and the screen cracked a little bit in the corner, which is a first time for that because I've never cracked a phone screen. And it was because I was rushing. That was why it happened. And so obviously that lesson was, the screen cracking was not good, but it didn't really affect, it was mostly in the corner. I never really noticed it when I used the phone, so it was a super minor crack. But that lesson really stuck with me, and of course when that happened, I immediately thought of my dad, and that he always told me that. Because I shouldn't have been rushing, I didn't need to be rushing. And I knew what was going on. Now, anyways, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what this series really will end up turning into. Because at first I was bursting at the seams of things I wanted to get off my chest or things I wanted to talk about. That's not super the case anymore, though. I kind of got a lot of that out. We've been talking on this show for a long time. You know, I don't know. I mean, that's probably incorrect. There's probably still lots of more things to talk about. But I don't know. I'm definitely getting tempted to want to cancel the show or something. But it all goes back to the thing again where it's incredibly fulfilling for me to have content created in this way. It's incredibly fulfilling. So that's the thing. I'm pretty happy with it. And if I stop doing it, it's I don't know. I'm not going to like it. Because I get such a boost and an urge from using the commute as a productive thing. So it's probably going to continue. I actually don't know how it could end, really. The car rides. And I made myself that goal, and I want to stick through it. So I just figure even if these episodes are not, I'm not overly enthusiastic about it, I should just hold it out. Just keep pushing. It's kind of what I think. Should just keep pushing. I do think though that I'm very curious to get more in touch with my spiritual side and to get back into a lot of the philosophy kind of stuff. I was thinking about that yesterday. I didn't mention it in yesterday's episode for some reason. I guess it wasn't on my mind. But when I was a teenager, I used to be incredibly interested in philosophy and all that kind of stuff and talking about things and theories and things like that. And it kind of stopped more recently, because more recently I really felt like I needed to focus more on secular things, right? Because it just seemed like I was way too spiritual, and I didn't really have my life together. But at least now I actually have a job, so I kind of have fulfilled, at least for the moment, a lot of the career-oriented things. I don't know that well, that's not really the right term. I fulfilled a bare minimum, because I certainly have not fulfilled what I think my final stage is, which I believe is some form of a speaking career, which time will tell when or if that's going to happen. But I do think a little bit higher of an income and something to do with speaking would be a requirement for me in my career. But regardless of that, sorry, I just totally lost my train of thought. And I think a skunk was probably around here, because I got pretty heavy skunk fumes. What were we even talking about, man? I can't do this no more. This show is over. I wish I could pause and play it back, but I don't really think I can do that. Yeah, I have no idea what I was talking about. I can't believe I lost my train of thought like that. Kinda crazy. Kind of insane. I don't know. I'm really losing it, guys. What I'm thinking about now is just more reminiscing and wishing of the past, which I tend to do a lot, as you guys know. I don't know why. Because I do that. I really reminisce over the past and wanting to be born in the past, but I'm very much... My timing was pretty good, and if anything, I kind of lost a lot of potentials being on this... Potential. I lost a lot of my potential being born when I was. Believe it or not, I think being born younger would have been better for me, because I've mentioned this before, but I think having access to something like AI has really affected me in a more profound way than it does most people. My brain just seems very built for interacting with that kind of thing. I think I probably mentioned already, but my mobile texting words per minute is very high. It's 60 or 70, and I've never intentionally done any training. But I'm very good at texting. I'm very fast at texting. And I don't even know that it's speed. I think it's accuracy, too. I'm probably more accurate than a lot of people. So I'm very good at texting, very good at using these tools. And so if I was born in the past, I just would have kind of missed the mark a bit. And whereas I think if I was born a little bit younger, I would have hit the mark a little bit better. But at the same time, I'm assuming that there is sort of a reason my character got built when it did. My character was built in the early 2000s. I think it gives a very unique perspective. Because we're the broken promise generation. We're the in-between of the in-between. Obviously, what I mean by that is we're the turning point transition generation in the turning point transition societal age. If that makes any sense. Because our society is obviously going through changes that we saw actualized mostly in the 2020s. But even in the late 2010s, you kind of saw a lot of these changes with screens and screens becoming central to our interactions in stores and even our interactions with each other. We've seen these things. So I have to remember we're getting gas. And then I actually wasn't really sure what I was getting at anyway. Somebody just sped off the highway. Wow. Maybe something happened with their car. I don't usually see that. Like, sped onto the shoulder. Now, what was I talking? Yeah, I know. I see. I'm kind of out of it, guys. It's not really a good thing. I'm gonna have to figure that out. I just think I'm getting back into the swing of things, and it's strange. All this stuff is feeling strange, so... Oh, I think I remember what I was talking about. So I'm the transition generation where I was kind of the last of people who were truly born pre-tech. That's a terrible way to put it. I think pre-tech engulfment, maybe like pre-tech dominance. Because I kind of think when I was born, the people a few years younger, they kind of seemed inundated with it in a deeper way than my gen. But my gen, I guess you could argue my age range we're right about there, 23, 22, you know. But I think that, what was I saying? This guy like pulled up behind me pretty close, and I don't think he's too happy with how I'm driving, but whatever. I'm getting used to it. People treating me like that. Lost what I was talking about again. Wow, this kind of looks like the guy that just pulled over. He's driving particularly fast now. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know why that keeps happening. I keep talking and then I have no recollection of what I said. Am I tired? I guess I feel kind of tired and out of it. But it only started happening now because I always wake up. I always feel tired when I wake up, but then that goes away pretty quickly. But then usually I'm pretty alert during my driving, but I don't really feel that alert right now. I kind of feel a little bit out of it. Maybe to drink more water or something. It's probably a water thing. Just a little bit concerning because I sometimes do forget what I'm saying. I guess there's evidence of that, but I don't think it's usually this bad. I think that's 3 separate conversations I've attempted to have that just didn't happen. I mean, that's a little bit odd, don't you think? Even for someone like me. But hey, of course, I can keep things going. I think a lot of people would have freezed up and had to cancel the record. I mean, maybe I should have canceled the recording, honestly, but I always figure out a way to keep talking. It's never an issue for me. Either by digging some new topic up, or just rambling on like I do. It's pretty interesting. A pretty interesting skill to just be able to never stop talking. I don't know. I think it's cool. I think it's very cool. Whoa, police. Yeah, there's like 2 police. I couldn't really get a look at that guy's car though. Oh, it's just somebody's car like stopped working that second one. There was like 2 police. Yeah, we were talking about, I don't know. It's just very easy for me to keep talking. And I don't know that I always had that skill. Like I said, I think it happened when I started to do the pretend Let's Plays when I'd be playing my DS. So I got a lot of practice talking to myself then. And that's probably when it started, because before then, I didn't particularly see myself as good at talking or anything like that. But I don't know. It just happened over time, and then now I have this skill and we're just trying to build and use it. So it could take a while. I'm not entirely sure. That's what it is, you know. But yeah, I hope I can snap out of it. I just think it's so difficult for me to have to work again after having such a long vacation. I think that's a big part of it. So again, I'm very sorry, guys, but this is where we're at. I'm just not 100%. And I guess it was just a hype period back then, but I'm not really feeling it. So just the fact that I'm still showing up, I think, is a testament to things. Because I think in the past I would have just stopped doing the series by now. Because I think a lot of people get like this too. So I don't want to say like I usually get like this, because I don't think that's particularly accurate or relevant. Because I think a lot of people do. You start something and then eventually something comes up and then you just quit. And that's definitely happening right now. Like, I easily could make the argument of feeling like stopping or something. Easily. I'm at that point. I don't see how that's going to make things any better, though, because I'm in this condition because I had that vacation break. So if I do more of a break, that's not really going to work. I don't think I'm going to be able to just get back into the swing of things. If I quit now and give in to the just exhaustion, it's just going to be worse. It's just going to be so much worse. It's going to take me longer to get back into the swing of things and all that. But I am a little bit concerned. Again, I do feel oddly sleepy. And just, it's very difficult for me right now. I don't know. I'm usually not like this. Especially when I'm driving. Especially, I slept good last night. Everything was good, but I gotta be careful. But that's the thing. Because if it is serious that I'm meant to be successful with this, I'm going to have to persevere through times that I don't want to do it. Because if there was an audience, if I was being counted on, I'd have to show resilience. I'd have to still maintain that. So this is, what is this? I can't just give up now. That's not on the table. Especially with how hard I've worked on doing it and all that. I can't quit. I can't not do. So we're here. We're still here doing the same thing. Am I crazy? Maybe. Because, I don't think there's any reason for me to be recording right now. Of course, just my opinion, but it probably would make more sense to not clutter the catalog with these things. It is what it is, though. What can I do about it? I got my sheepskin headphone pads yesterday. I'm pretty impressed with them. They feel incredibly pleasant to hold compared to the fake leatherette that the ones it came with had. They have sort of a deeper squeeze kind of memory foam. I feel like a squishier, softer memory foam. And they're a little bit larger too. Although they're maybe not as deep as I wanted. I really wanted an increase in depth, and there is not an increase in depth. So I was kind of misled about that. As well as one of the images in the listing made it seem like it had extra space. It was designed differently, and it's not. It's just designed the same way as the default ones for the focal bathists. I almost called them bathies, my usual misnomer. But I stopped myself, and you could probably tell in that moment that I had a kind of awkward bathies. So, yeah. Yeah, there's no reason for me to say stuff like that. That's so yeah thing. Oh, why I do it, man? Oh, why? It's just no good, man. It's just no bueno. Well, we are fast approaching, so you know what that means. I wish I had the audacity to keep talking during the thing, but I don't do that. So I'm not sure what to do. I don't have the confidence yet. But yeah, I mean, we just take things slow. We keep chipping away at it, keep practicing. I'm sure practicing during the slow points or the bad points is a good decision. Because if I can get good at still being able to push and talk, I mean, it's uncomfortable, guys. I don't want to be doing this right now. I'm sure you can tell, but I actually think I deserve the credit of I'm doing a particularly good job of still persevering through this, because I don't really want to, in all honesty. I just don't. So the fact that I am is definitely notable. Now let's see, is luck on my side today? It looks like it. Alright, so I will be momentarily departing. Alright. All right. And we're just in the nick of time. All right, be right back, guys. Okay. So I just tried to put my mic on a pretty incorrect way. I think somebody's waiting for me, so I guess I was in a bit of a hurry, and I shouldn't have been. Now, let's see, because it looks green, looks like we can go. That's what it looks like. Alright. Sorry, it was just a little bit weird. I think somebody was waiting on me, and then I tried rushing a bit. Because of that, but I have to kind of learn that never pays off. I always have to just be chill. Because I can be like that. I mean, I can really put the gas on and really try to be hyper and quick, but I have to just learn to go with the flow, I think, because it usually just doesn't work out for me. Because then I start rushing, and then now I'm putting the headset thing on wrong. This battery really drains. I think it's just the screen. Because the battery I use for my audio recording, it's already at 35%. Which is a pretty big drop. Because I think it was at 50-something before that. So I'm not really sure. But it seems like a pretty notable drop in battery, considering what I'm doing. It's just audio recording. So I think when I have the screen brightness higher, it actually makes a very notable difference. It's my impression. Not sure what else to make of it, really. I guess I could have it lower. I guess it's higher than it needs to be right now. I think we're going to end up making okay time. I think I was pretty quick, considering that was probably the lowest I let my gas get ever. And I still think it was probably the right call. Was probably the right call to wait. I've been holding out second gear this whole time. Because it kind of wasn't necessary to shift, and I'm happy I did, because I've just been in second gear this whole time. Just kind of fire. Now, what would be really perfect is if we could still hold second, but I have a feeling we'll get... Oh, no. We can still hold second. That's fire. Well, they could have went, but they just didn't do it, so... It is a testament, though, how uncomfortable it feels to record right now. And you guys can probably tell, but at the same time, some of you might not be able to tell and might be saying, wow, if I was that uncomfortable, I wouldn't come across so smooth, so fly, so cool. You know, I know that's what some of y'all are thinking right now. And it's true. I do got a way with it. That I'm meant for it. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Is this... Yep, they're going to gun it. I'm still just holding second. I'm still holding second. I still wish I could just cut... Well, no. In some circumstances... Oh, no, then I do agree with what I'm saying. I still wish that the car started in second gear. And if you needed some emergency quick power, it it could lock into first and then swap back to second. Because I think in most situations, driving as gently and gradual as I do, it's just better to be in second than first. First is kind of like way too aggressive, and it would reduce a lot of wear. So I don't know why they don't design cars like that, because they know people floor it. Yeah, we couldn't hold second any longer. We got stopped. Oh, I'm actually going to have to do the TLDR Wit SLA pretty soon. I always forget kind of when I go the different way, because I'm not used to it, because it's a different way. Yeah, like, to recap, I don't even know what we were talking about. Yeah, this episode was horrible. Honestly, it may have been worse than yesterday's, but that was mainly due to my mood. Well, not my mood, my feeling, I guess, because I just felt very tired. Alright, TLDR's Wit SLA today. We're feeling kind of foggy, weird, so I don't know that the topic was as good as it could be. My vibe was not vibing too much as it could be. I mean, what else is new? And yeah, I think we ended up talking about that. I really don't know. I can't do these TLDRs with SLA. I thought it was going to be such a great idea, but it does not work. It does not work out. So I don't understand how I'm supposed to do it. But anyways, thanks for watching, and bye SLA. Bye.